Hello YouTube, this is JP963 here. I showed these little oil lamp lanterns, but they were in the background, you really couldn't hardly see it. So I figured I'd put a little bit of oil in them and let y'all take a look at what a nifty little apparatus this is. Like I said, a lot of times you can find stuff like this at yard sales or flea markets, and I find a lot of great deals. Hello everybody out there. Tonight I'd like to talk a little bit about a long-term survival type situation. Maybe in the event of an economic collapse, natural disaster, maybe a raw type situation. Tonight I'd like to touch on cast iron for cooking. Cast iron has been around for hundreds of years, and they've been tested, tried and true, as far as reliability, durability, and ruggedness, and being able to last for a very long time. Cast iron is most definitely the way to go. I think a lot of times a lot of people seem to overlook this in their preparations. In a long-term event, I mean, you want to make sure, if you're going to go ahead and stock up for preparations, you're better off to go ahead and buy cast iron one time and then never have to buy again. Because if cared for properly, washed after every use, and kept seasoned and oiled, cast iron will probably last you the rest of your life. You could probably hand them down to your children, then your children could probably hand them down to their children. Tonight I'll just go through real quick like, and show you a little bit of my collection. Maybe this will give you some information and some ideas to what maybe to get if you're not sure, if you're not familiar with cast iron. These are just some of my personal preferences, and I believe everybody should own cast iron. There's one thing that most people don't realize is, in a bad situation, a lot of times you're going to have to resort to cooking on wood stoves or campfires, or maybe even propane cook stoves and stuff like that. Well, with these, I mean, don't get me wrong, these new pans are nice, but with the Teflon coating and stuff like that, if you cook in them over a fire, then the bottom's just going to peel right up. It'll get all in your food. There's no telling what type of diseases you could get from that. So, anyways, this here is my Dutch oven. This is 7.5 quart. I use this quite a bit camping. Works great for cooking big stews, especially if you got, a lot of people. Can feed a pretty good crowd. And this is the lid. This lid also doubles as a skillet. But what makes this a Dutch oven is you take and place that lid on top of the Dutch oven. You put all your fixings in there, all your vegetables, your meats, your seasonings, maybe some broth, whatever types of foods you like, and you take and this whole Dutch oven down in the coals of the fire pit. Then you place this lid on top, and you scoop out some coals, and you layer it all around the top of this. If you'll notice, it's got a pretty good ridge, and it'll hold some coals up top, and you get good even heating for your stews underneath in the coals, and the coals on top on the lid. You could also put a smaller tray inside this Dutch oven, and you could use it for a little mini oven. You could probably bake some biscuits in there. And yes, these are cast iron cooking tools. A little ladle, a ladle with holes, another ladle, and a fork. And let's see, this, I believe everybody should have one of these. These are great. This is a cast iron skillet. It's a double burner skillet. It's reversible sides. The other side has raised lines for cooking meats, for the fats and stuff to drain. And a lot of times when we're camping, fits over our Coleman cook stove. Both burners. We like both burners. You can cook 6 or 8 eggs, bacon, sausage, all at the same time. Maybe brown some hash browns. Fry up some potatoes. And that's where this here comes in handy. This, I think, originally was meant to be an ashtray. I found this at a yard sale, I think maybe for 50 cents. But it works great if you want to saute some chopped onions and maybe some green peppers and stuff, and just saute it up real good, and then mix it in with your meats or mix it in with your fried potatoes. Great breakfast. And this is our little cast iron. It's a 6.5 inch cast iron hiking skillet. This thing's pretty lightweight. It's got a long wooden handle. You can hang it up to dry. If it's nice and neat down in your backpack, this is a perfect tool for survival in the wilderness. It's not too big, it's not too small. You can fry you up a fish in here. You can probably fry up anything you need, enough to sustain you anyways in a survival situation. Like I said, it's lightweight, fits perfect in your backpack. If you happen to ever run across one of these, I highly recommend them. They're a very useful tool to have. Let's see, that's a 6.5 inch. I believe this is a 8 inch, and then this is a 10 inch or 10.5 inch. I'm not sure. And this is another 10 inch or 10.5 inch. I'm not sure the exact size, but it's got to be pretty close. But if you're gonna prep, you might as well prep right. You know, if you're gonna buy some tools that you know that you're gonna need, and something that you know you can depend on and rely on, especially for long-term usage. You know, durability, long-lasting. I mean, you really can't beat cast iron. I mean, it's the way to go. Like I said, if you're taken care of properly, they can last for many years of usage. Well, I hope y'all have enjoyed my video. I'm sorry I can't get too much of a better picture. This is kind of a cheap camera. I apologize for that. Maybe one of these days I'll get a better one. But this is just my collection of cast iron. Like I said, I believe everybody should have cast iron in their preparations. And I haven't heard a whole lot of people talk about this, but it's a definite necessity for long-term cooking. They will by far outlast anything else on the market. Well, thank you for watching my video. Hope y'all have a pleasant rest of the evening. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or comments, please leave them. And hopefully I'll talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a great day. I'd just like to remind everybody to cherish your friends and your family, because what you have today might not be here tomorrow. Y'all take care, be safe, and God bless. Thanks for watching.